I'm a big fan of MrBeast, and
who isn't?
It is. So I went to this MrBeast. It was like a 30-person mastermind, maybe like 4 years ago, and MrBeast was going to be there. So I was like, I have to go to this to see what he says. For 90 minutes, he talked about thumbnails.
Wow.
The whole presentation was 90 minutes on thumbnails.
Wow.
And he goes, I could tell you various ways in which you can build and grow your channel, but you're missing the point. He goes, we obsess. He's like, we build 20, 30, 40 thumbnails, and once we like a thumbnail, we go build the video and the idea around it. I was like, that is crazy.
Wow.
And so there was a lot of people in the room that said, well, I'm thinking about starting my channel. He goes, don't start your channel. Your goal is to build 100 thumbnails.
Wow.
And he goes, until you build 100 thumbnails, don't make one video. And like, for someone like that, who just got offered $1 billion for his channel, to be able to give that advice, it's insane.
Who just got offered and turned down
$1 billion.
Yeah, and he's what, 23, 24, something like
wild.
that? Yeah, that's ridiculous. 100 thumbnails before you even create a single video. That's the whole thing that people don't see.
Yeah.
Right? They see like this young kid YouTuber and just you immediately go to all the reasons why you haven't done anything big, you know what I mean? And so like you have to justify why this kid just got lucky.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just like, no. It's just before anybody else was even aware that YouTube was going to be a thing, this kid was 13 years old obsessing about how to build the perfect thumbnail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not paying attention in school, just thinking about thumbnails and then video content and then ideas. And that's it. And then every time he made money, he just dumped it directly back into the growth of the channel instead of like, oh, I made 12 grand this month. Let me go buy a car or like, you know what I mean? Like, let me go get a fat payment on something. And he even said, he was on Joe Rogan recently, and I listened to that episode, and he was even saying that like, cause Joe basically was in the position that all of us are in, which is basically like as a 21 year old kid, I think he's 23, 24 now, but when he started making good money, he was 18, 19, 20, like a young kid. He's like, Joe was amazed that he didn't get sucked into the traps of being a 20-year-old kid with a ton of money and influence. He was just like, how did you escape that, basically? And he was just like, I just figured out it didn't really matter to me. Like I did get a car and I did get this and that. And then he said like someone broke into his house and stole a bunch of his stuff. And then he was just like, I just never replaced it after that. It made me realize how much I didn't care for it and didn't want it. And that I just want to keep making awesome videos. So then he just puts like, that freaking Squid Games video. It was like $7.5–8 million to produce a single video or something like that. It was like a full production. But he's got 200 million subscribers plus across all of his channels now, So how do you knock
the crazy
it?
part there is when we are listening to a story like this, how do we learn from that, right?
Yeah. And
I always think about two things. The easiest two ways to upgrade our lives is control your environment and control the people in your environment. Literally, if they're the easiest way. So if you and I can get ideas on building a new show, I'm like, hey, let's take a walk, let's change the environment, let's recontrol the environment, or let's add Eric to this conversation because now you're controlling the people in the environment. So as soon as you upgrade the environment or upgrade the people in the environment, all the stuff that does not matter falls off the wagon very quickly. Because what people are doing now is they go to social. They watch more videos. They keep swiping, and that does not change your environment or the people in your environment in any way. So if anyone's stuck right now, just say, hey, can I upgrade my environment or can I upgrade the people in my environment?